Konbanwa, my friend, and welcome to WDW Radio Live. I am Lou Mangello. It is Wednesday night, my favorite night of the week. Thank you so very much for joining me, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. And if you're watching on the replay, don't forget to join me here, there, every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and turn on notifications because you never know from when or where I might be going live. Speaking of which, my intent was to go live from Japan, not realizing there was a 13-hour difference and it was pretty tough to go live at 3 o'clock in the morning. But thank you so much, very much for being here. I missed you last week, but tonight we're going to chat and I'll answer any of your questions about our trip to Japan. Our being me and Becky Menken from Mouse Fan Travel. Went out for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, it was not only to cover Star Wars Celebration in Tokyo, but I hosted a panel with the aforementioned Becky Menken about living your Star Wars story in the Disney parks. Was a little nervous because we were up against the Mandalorian and Grogu panel at the exact same time. When I first saw the schedule, I was very excited because we were on the first day at a great time. And then I realized, well, wait a minute, maybe it's not the best time because one, everybody's online to get the merch. And two, we're up against the Mandalorian and Grogu. My expectations were very, very low. I'm not kidding. I expected maybe 5 people to show up. If Becky showed up, that would have been 5. If not, it probably would have been 4. We had actually a great turnout. More than 100 people not only showed up, but were super engaged and stayed after to chat. And it was really a great time. And then, of course, spend a couple days over in Tokyo Disneyland and DisneySea. I don't even know, as I decided to, was like, oh, let's talk about Tokyo tonight. I wouldn't even know how to actually cover everything that we did and experienced while we were there. So I thought I would take some questions from you, anything that you want to know about, and we'll just kind of go from there. I'm looking into the chat. Thank you very much for everybody who is tuning in live on Facebook and on YouTube. Kira said, love seeing your agenda. I still have not finished, not even close, finished putting together videos and sharing pictures. Again, I was sort of the 13-hour time difference, Eastern versus Tokyo time, really sort of threw me off, but there's a lot more that I want to share, mostly from Tokyo Disneyland. If you've listened to the show before, and hopefully you have, you know of my love of that park, specifically Tokyo DisneySea. I didn't think I could love it anymore. And yet here I am, because Tokyo DisneySea didn't just turn it up to 11. I don't know how to say 11 in Japanese. They didn't just turn it up to 11. They turned it up exponentially. Fantasy Springs, the entire park, even Tokyo Disneyland is it is a remarkable place. It's not because of the attractions. I mean, it's because of the attractions. And it's not just because of the food, but it's also because of the food. It's the cast members. It's the people. If you saw my video when we came out of Peter Pan's Neverland Adventure, which I will admit I did not know even existed. I really didn't want to look in terms of what to expect from Fantasy Springs. Holy moly, everybody's talking about Frozen. They are burying the lead because Peter Pan's Neverland Adventure is amazeballs. However, if you watch that video, the highlight is the cast members. And that woman that I specifically called out was not unique. It is the norm, not the exception. Smiling, friendly, happy, welcoming, super helpful, all from A to Z, everything that we have come to expect from cast members in Disneyland and Walt Disney World, again, is just on an entirely different level. Dancing, not because it's their job, because it's how they feel. Smiling because it's just the way they are. And it's not just in Disney. It is a cultural thing, and it is that close. That's how close I came to not coming home. I'm not kidding. I'm going back to Japan in 3 weeks for our Adventures by Disney. I looked into it, and about 2 days in, I'm like, maybe I should just stay. It is an incredible, incredible place. So thank you for following along. If you did, where I saw Becky Menken pop in here, we had such not only did we have such an amazing time, we didn't even come close to killing each other, which I think was probably the thing that I did not expect. I'm like, oh, a week Becky and I together, like we had so much fun. We had such a good time, and thank you for helping to make not just the trip happen, but really such great memories and places that we ate. And like, don't tell Becky I said it. Like, she did an amazing job on the panel. Again, expectations set very low, but she did an amazing job on the panel, and just we really, really had a great time. Karen, I did not bring home all the Baymax merchandise. I realized after I got home that I didn't buy anything for myself. However, wait, I take that back. I didn't buy anything for myself, but while I was filming the Baymax video, Becky actually bought me this little awesome Baymax, like in his little gi with his little San Francisco fan. This is like typical of what you'll see. A lot of these small, little, cute hanging items. Like if there's a plush that you like, you can probably find it in this size to hang from your backpack, your purse. There are some folks that walk around with dozens of them on their items. So this was the one thing, thanks to Becky, that I brought home. But if you are a member of the WDW Radio Nation, if you are a platinum member, of course, I went shopping for you at Star Wars Celebration and at Tokyo Disneyland and DisneySea. Becky, the snacks, the snacks. Again, everything about Japan and Tokyo, but their snack and food game is in a different stratosphere. It is in a different stratosphere. I shared the bun with the meat and cardamom. Like, find me anything in Walt Disney World with the word cardamom in it, and I don't think you will. They're so unique. They're so well themed. They're so incredibly reasonably priced. A bucket of popcorn, again, the yen is very low right now. A bucket of popcorn, about $2.50. I haven't even shared the other Baymax video. Like, there's vending machines everywhere, including in the parks. Like, if you want a drink, if you want a bottled drink, if you want a drink, you don't have to, get it in a plastic cup with a soggy straw. You can get it in a bottle and don't have to wait online because there's vending machines everywhere. And like a bottle of green tea is like $1.10. It's wild. Why did I come home? Why did I come? I mean, I know I needed more underwear, but why? Other than that, I don't know why I came back. It's just, yeah, so many new surprises. Deborah says Tokyo DisneySea is amazing. Understatement of the century. I still remember all the delicious strawberry popcorn. Journey to the Center of the Earth is the best. I agree. However, the popcorn flavors change. So we were looking forward. Like Becky wanted this pomodoro, like this almost tastes like spaghetti sauce popcorn that we had last time. It wasn't there. But there was like garlic shrimp and garlic scallop popcorn, caramel popcorn. There was no soy. I was looking for the soy sauce one. That wasn't there. The roast beef flavored popcorn. I almost thought that the smell was fake and being pumped into Fantasy Springs, and it wasn't. And if you can see, look, I'm sure the smile on my face right now is exactly like the smile on my face when I first tried it. Like the curry flavored popcorn, it's just so good. Hannah says, I might have an opportunity to visit Japan this August. Tokyo Disneyland and DisneySea are must-dos, but I need to know how to do them and what else I need to do in a whirlwind tour of the country. All right, Hannah, we need to get on a call and talk this through because we could talk for hours. Because there's so much to unpack, right? And I think you need 2 days, if possible. You need 2 days in Tokyo DisneySea, a day, maybe a day and a half in Tokyo Disneyland, not including like checking out Expari and all the other sort of places in and around Tokyo Disneyland. And then in terms of the whirlwind tour of the country, I'm hoping that you're taking all of August. And if you need a guide, if you need someone who's been there before, I am willing to go back with you and help guide you through. I want to go back. I mean, we're going back, which I'm very excited about. But seriously, if I can help you, we can talk offline. The Beauty and the Beast attraction, Karen, I watched I knew of the effect, but until you step foot, not even inside when you see the castle from the outside, the exterior queue, the pre-show, the ride vehicles, the ballroom scene, the Be Our Guest scene, the transformation, we came out, and Becky and I were like, what did we just watch? Like, we felt this way coming off Peter Pan. We felt this way coming off Beauty and the Beast. We felt this way coming off, like, it was like moment after moment after moment of like, what is this? How do they continue to outdo themselves? I want to see, we've said it before, and now more than ever, Tokyo DisneySea especially is what happens, in the way I define it in my own weird little head, is what happens when you give Imagineering unlimited budget and say, just go. Like, go do that voodoo that you do so well, because it is done so well. That I don't know how they did that Beauty and the Beast transformation effect. I don't want to know, because that's the Disney magic that even at my advanced age still like gets me. Like, there were emotional moments, not just when my sushi came, but emotional moments in the park. Peter Pan, like, it's so different than the attractions that we have here. It was so unexpected. It was so delightful. And then we came out and we went to like the Lookout Cookout, and there was the cast members and the food and the presentation of counter service food in boxes and trays that are themed not just on the outside but on the inside. I just threw one away. Like, even like the wrapping. Wait, I don't know why I brought this home. Even like when you get something as simple as like a donut in the park, it comes in like themed wrapping paper. Like, it almost is like a gift bag. Like, it's craziness. It is crazy, but it is that standard of excellence and exceeding expectations that we think about when it comes to Disney and talk about. Kevin Lively says, I'm partial to the Center Street Coffee House. Kevin Lively, I think I feel what you're throwing down. We've said we need to do a follow-up show soon. I think we need to exchange DMs and figure, because we may have a new angle to talk about. Their Main Street, like their Main Street USA, which is not Main Street USA, but their version, this covered shopping and dining arcade. We ate at Restaurant Hokusai, which you would forget is in a Disney park. Like, every part of it. If you want to talk about everything speaks, right? The Michael Eisnerism, it screams wonderfully loudly in Tokyo Disneyland and DisneySea. And Jim, you are right. It is an extension of the Japanese culture. It is, Becky says, it's a culture shock coming home and no one is, listen, Becky, we went from Haneda Airport into Seattle, which is where Becky went home. I went through customs and I boarded even the airport was different. And look, I love this country, like America. I love this country. There's so much in it that I like appreciate and believe in, but good Gandhi, we could learn a lot from the Japanese. Even the airport experience is very different because the smiles and the help and the efficiency and is so uniquely Japanese. Becky, we've been able to travel many places around the world. There's no place like Japan. Like, there's no place like home, but there's also no place like Japan. I won't even get into the toilets because I came home and the toilet wasn't playing music and had water features and heated, like none of those things. Not to give you TMI, but the Japanese toilets, it's a real thing. The opposite of China. China is a hole in the ground. Tokyo is the far other end of the spectrum. So Deborah, it's interesting that you say this. It's one of the biggest cultural shocks, that and how much more noisy it is here versus there. So I pointed this out to Becky a few times. In the parks, in the trains, the monorail, the restaurant, everywhere you are, like, it's just and My family claims I have very sensitive ears. It's fine. Maybe I am Daredevil. But you're right. And I took appreciative notice of the volume levels just lower. It's more respectful of the people around you. In the parks, that cacophonous hum of guests is just lower. So the music is more pronounced. The Main Street vehicles is more pronounced. The transitions of background sounds and music from location to location, from land to land, is more pronounced. The monorails are borderline silent. Other than the Disney, why don't we play Disney music on the monorails here? They play Disney music in the background, and the monorails, the parks, the restaurants, the restrooms are spotless. Becky was probably tired of me saying, like, poking her, like we'd be on the escalator coming off the monorail platform, look around. Nothing is dirty. There are no cobwebs. There's no rust. There's no... Everything looks like it was built or painted yesterday. I don't know how they do it. And I don't know why we can't do it. Everywhere you go, you could eat off the ground. And everywhere you go, you might see that someone has placed their little mat on the ground with their backpacks, their purses, holding their spot, whether it's at a restaurant or for a parade, and just walking away, knowing that they can come back and it would still be there. And I'm like, why can't we do this here? Why can't we be so, like, everybody's so polite to each other? I know I'm gushing, but it is deservedly, it is well deserved. So, I can't believe Walt Disney World doesn't have anything Big Hero 6. I'm with you. And again, I did not know this was a thing, but there is an attraction there, and it's called the Happy Ride with Baymax. It is the perfect name for that attraction. It is like Mater's Junkyard Jamboree in Disney California Adventure, like Alien Swirling Saucers here in Disney's Hollywood Studios. But again, it levels up. Why? The background music, it's super fun. I dig that very sort of Japanese vibe to it. And if you saw my video, did I post it? I did. The cast members who have no sort of interactive elements they are not part of the attraction, but like, I didn't realize this. There's different dances for all of the different songs that play through the attraction. And the cast members are like doing their thing, like they don't have to do it. It's not part of their job description, but they just do. And it is just remarkable. Claire says, I'm excited. It's my dream to go. All of the Disney parks, there's a reason to visit all of them, which I love. Like Mystic Manor alone is reason to visit Hong Kong. Pirates for Shanghai. And obviously visiting those countries and other aspects of the parks too. But if somebody said I could only visit one Disney park, it's not even a question of me. Like, it's not even close. It is not even close. And we didn't even realize until the last night, like we spent a lot of time in Tokyo DisneySea and still did not walk through the entire park. We missed a lot of the American waterfront and sort of that Cape Cod district area. We never went into the Under the Sea, Little Mermaid. It's really more for younger guests for the most part. We didn't even go into those sections. And yes, Kevin Lively, former Disney Imagineer who's been on the show in the past episode number I don't remember, they sell underwear like in the parks, like not like the weird sometimes vending machines you'll see throughout Japan, but they just, the merchandise is next level. Like, let me see. I have some of the stuff up here. So, it culturally in Japan, when you travel, it is expected for you to can't remember the name of. It's expected for you to bring back a gift for family, friends, and coworkers, and I'm trying to remember the I'm trying to remember what it's called, and I don't remember the Japanese name. It is called. I'm not going to find it now. Omiyagi. I knew it began. I knew it began with an O. I should think of Mr. Miyagi. It's Omiyagi. So it's expected for you to bring gifts back, which is what I love doing anyway. I think I got that from my dad, who like if it was his birthday, he didn't want gifts. He bought gifts for everybody else, which was wild. But they sell a lot of things that are specifically meant for you to bring back. They're like easy to pack and give gifts that are wrapped and prepared in ways that are very giftable. So, for example, they sell this cool tin. First of all, look at how beautiful and look at the detail. It's like a little piece of art. They sell this tin that is filled with different types of candies. Now, all of which are themed to the parks. They sell tins of candies. They sell tins of cookies, pretzels, like you name it. There are dozens and dozens of tins like this that have little food items in them. Everything else I left downstairs. Teas, like small giftable items, and this was, let me do my math. This was about not even $10. This was maybe $10 for this. And it's filled with little themed candies in it. So, yeah. Under lose, yikes. Let me quickly catch up on. Sheldon says, idea for show, best way to plan a trip to Japan, must-sees and do's and timelines to plan. We've done, actually no, we did a review of our ABD and the parks. But yeah, Becky, put a pin in that and remind me, we can definitely do a show about that to help. Because I will say, planning for Japan and visiting the Disney parks it is a very different experience than domestically. Where to stay, how to get your tickets, how to get your passes. It is done in a unique way, from timetables to how you do it. You can go and you can wing it, and you can also go and have a lot of things already planned. Unfortunately, domestic travel agents can't sell Tokyo Disneyland hotels and packages. However, we stayed in the Sheraton it's a stone's throw from Fantasy Springs. It was maybe 100 yards from the front door to the base side monorail station. Very, very convenient. Those hotels right outside the park, they can help with. There's a great Hilton right there that has a Lawson's inside. That would be sort of my go-to hotel going forward if you're not staying on Disney property. But we can do a show about planning, because there's a lot of unique elements to that. And like any Disney vacation, you need to plan in advance. So, let me see. When the food packaging is a souvenir, they're doing it right. Gary, everything is a souvenir. There's so many like little things that I took home. So one of my favorite elements of Tokyo DisneySea, I've talked about this in the past, is the Leonardo Challenge, which is, I haven't posted the video yet. It's part escape room, it's part scavenger hunt, and when you do it, you get this super cool, I hated the fact that I had to roll it up, you get this super cool map that is basically telling you in what order you need to go to solve all these puzzles. This has a very special, unique element to it that when you finish, something happens with this circle. This is completely free. It is included with your admission. There is a pre-show element. There's an interactive element. There is a unique... You don't have to buy a scavenger hunt in order to do that. And the Leonardo Challenge is one of my favorite things to do on Mysterious Island because it takes you through these incredible locations. When you walk into that constellation room, like your jaw just drops open. It is so, so, so well done. And yes, right now, Tokyo Disneyland is full of ducks. It is all Donald and ducks all the time. And I think I posted in my stories, it should still be there. There were these like ducks on a stick that if I can't believe I'm going to do this, but these ducks on a stick, when you shake them, it's like they go. So every gift store that we went into, Becky and I would just pick them up and go whack, 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 whack. And I snuck out on the last night. I felt like a little kid, like sneaking out of his house. Like after we went back to the hotel, I was like, I gotta get Becky one of the ducks. And the giant Cheetos, which are like this big. They're Mickey-shaped giant Cheetos. So I snuck out and I went out and I found her one of the ducks because why not? So top 3 or 10 things you must see in Tokyo Disney. We could do that as a show too. Who else has been to Tokyo Disneyland and DisneySea? Just out of curiosity. Reach out to me if you have. Reach out to me if you via message or email if you've been to Tokyo Disneyland or Disney. Top 3 things you can't. Hi. I mean, top 3 things. I mean, I want to say Tokyo DisneySea and cheat and just put that as one. You have to see. I'll just lump it in together. You have to see Fantasy Springs. The environment that has been created, the placemaking there is spectacular. It is spectacular, even more so in golden hour and at night. The Beauty and the Beast attraction is remarkably good. It was closed. Pooh's Honey Hut is really good. There's a lot. Becky, write that down too. We can do 10 must-see things at Tokyo Disneyland. This is must-see. The Leonardo Challenge is a must-see. Journey to the Center of the Earth, Volcania, every single food cart that you can find. The way that they do Priority Pass is so simple. It's so simple. Like, even the app is just remarkably good. Like, we had no plans going in. We bought tickets morning of or afternoon of. There's an after 3 ticket that was about $50 per person. The park was open till 9. 6 hours, $50. I'll take that all day, any day, for a single park. But we bought them, and then you can sort of pick your priority passes. And the priority passes range from probably $7 to $12 each. It was the best money I ever spent, other than on the $2.50 popcorn. They also have 40th anniversary. I don't remember. They're like 40th anniversary. They have like free premiere passes as well. Let me see if I can remember what they're actually called. The app itself is so good. The maps on the app change from daytime to nighttime depending on what time of day. Like, they're lit, they're illuminated, they're gorgeous. So if you click on Tokyo DisneySea, it takes you to this gorgeous map. Premiere access, 40th anniversary priority passes. And then you can also do like entry requests for restaurants, for shows, for characters. It's just so well. Top 10 things in Tokyo Disneyland that I wish that they would bring to the domestic parks. Write that one down too, Becky. There's a top 10 top 10s that we can do of Tokyo and these parks. Keeping the rest of Japan as a whole, because this is just an extension of who the Japanese people are, this culture of service, the culture, of respect. It's not because we were in Disneyland. It's because we were like in the hotels, in the airports, in the restaurants, on the trains, at like everywhere. Everywhere it was just the same. There is zero fear of anyone taking your stuff. Also true. Chuck says, I've heard so many others say similar things about the Japanese culture. Nothing is perfect, but they are raised with a sense of respect and service. Like kids are taught in school at a young age. Like during lunch, half the students go to their seats, half the students go and serve the students. They bring them their food, they clean up the tables afterwards, and then the next day they switch. Like you put others before yourself. It's the way we're all supposed to be all the time. I think somehow that got lost somewhere. But if we would just do more of that, if you would put others before ourselves, it is amazing what the results would be. So could you imagine if you left your stuff on the curb at Walt Disney World? No, I couldn't. But people in the restaurants would go and like put their bags and purses and phones on a table to leave and go get their food or go to the restroom, and would just leave them there. Like, that's not a bad thing, because it happens at Starbucks. It happens like everywhere. And it's okay, because you know nobody is going to touch your stuff. Kate is hoping to go for her 40th next year. It is absolutely. Why doesn't San Francisco have a Baymax store? It does. Chuck, they do have a Baymax store there. Different merchandise. You can get like this. There's a little Baymax I have here. It's Baymax holding mochi, and they're fake cherry blossoms. So it's almost like a little planter. So again, I'm not really a merch guy, but this was a gift, and I love Baymax. I love mochi, both the food and the cat and cherry blossoms. So there you go. I guess we're getting a Japan review podcast soon. Yeah, we've talked about it before, but I think it bears mentioning. I think it bears discussion again. Well, actually, I should probably make this announcement right now. I think now is the time for me to share with you first. There's a major brand shift coming to WDW Radio. Welcome to TDLR Radio. I'm shifting everything. I'm moving Japan, and I'm concentrating on nothing but Tokyo Disneyland and DisneySea, because they're just not that's obviously not happening. But I think I have reason and need to go back again and again, because there's a lot more that I need to cover. So the level of detail. So Baymax is a great example. Like, there's an entire store in Mysterious Island, not even near the Baymax attraction. If you saw the video, like dozens and dozens of different Baymax themed items. It's incredible. And again, the prices were not bad at all. How do I look so fresh? Thank you. And thought the travel mode would knock you down. So I was up yesterday. I figured out by the time I got home, by the time I got into bed, and then I was so exhausted I couldn't fall asleep. It was almost 30 hours I was up. And then I woke up like 4 hours later, because my body clock is all cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I did fall back asleep. I was exhausted right before we started, but you bring the energy to me, which is why I love doing the live stuff so much. I will pass out as soon as this is over. I think this is probably a bad idea too, that I am drinking my Dunkin' iced coffee, which, by the way, I don't know if she's here, and I don't want to I don't know if I'm supposed to. Somebody sent me, I gave up coffee for Lent, so somebody gave me a Dunkin' gift card so that when I came home, I could ceremoniously break my Lenten fast. I waited. I didn't have any coffee in Japan. I was like, I'm going to wait until I have a Dunkin' when I get back. So yeah, I will pass out, and I'm going to be, and I have an event tomorrow morning, so I'm going to be an absolute zombie, but it's totally cool. I second a suggestion on how to do Japan show. See, I can't even talk. We lived through an ABD Japan. Yeah, so I understand. We have the ABD coming up in 3 weeks. Becky and I have been talking about, some other ideas as well too. This is not the first time we have been to Japan, nor shall it be the last. So there are wheels in motion, and on the plane ride back yesterday, I had an idea. I had a couple of ideas, but I had a new one on the plane ride back. Couldn't even sleep on the plane. So okay, let me see. I booked the Disneyland Hotel and the Ambassador Hotel for our trip in June. I'd really like to stay at the Disneyland Hotel, but only the Ambassador has HE. I'm assuming HE is that like early entry to both parts. I'll be canceling one of the hotels. Not sure what to do. So Catherine, we did not go into we did go into the Ambassador Hotel. It's very nice. But it has this very cool sort of almost a blend of like Art Deco meets Art Nouveau vibe inside. There's great restaurants on a lobby area. It's also connected to Expari, and Expari is this hybrid indoor-outdoor 4-story mall, but it's right on the monorail line. There's great restaurants, great shopping in there as well. So there's a convenience to it. That being said, the Tokyo Disneyland Hotel is gorgeous. It is just from the outside, it is gorgeous. We didn't get a chance to go in on this trip, but it is spectacular. So maybe you could do like a split stay and do both so you can get a chance to experience both. Becky says you need to send me that video. Tell me what video it is that you want, and I have, and I will send it. Oh, is it the duck? Is it the duck video? Wait, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can quickly. I think I haven't deleted the duck video yet. Wait a minute. I'll try and quickly find it. Wow, I took a lot of video. I still have so many videos that I need to put together. Oh, I might have deleted the ducks because I already shared it. Oh, the Jungle Cruise video I have to share. Oh. So, all right, let's see. I spent one day in each park, nowhere near enough time. Mirror, you can, I think Tokyo DisneySea easily needs 2 days. Wait, Becky says, happy entry. Oh, happy entry. Early entry, happy entry. See, everything there is so happy. Like the attractions are happy, the food is happy, the cast members are happy, the guests are happy, even the entry is happy. Becky, I smiles ear to ear the entire time we were there. Oh gosh, Catherine says, I came in late. What snacks, foods, drinks are not to miss? All of it. Every single. I did not have a bad. No, like there was nothing that I ate there that I didn't like, and they had a food and wine festival going on. Nobody told me in advance. We figured out when we got there. Wait, forget the festival. Do you know what Tokyo Disneyland has that for some reason we don't have here, and I don't get it? Come closer. Benches everywhere. Like, pretend I'm Buzz Lightyear. Benches everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's a bench. There's a bench. There's a table. There's shade. There are places to sit all throughout the park. And usually they're empty. Like, it's wild and wonderful all at the same time. I don't understand. Oh, right. And the spaces, like, in front of the castle and around the perimeter, you'll see, I'll share it in a video, again, which I haven't had time to edit yet. There are stickers, like permanent stickers on the ground, A13, E71. You can reserve viewing spaces, like premier viewing spaces, so you don't have to line up 17 hours in advance, although some people did. I shared a video or a story. Some folks just line up and they just sit there all day. Like, that's their day. Their day in the park is a day in the park. They use sort of the courtyard as a park. But if you want like reserved spots, you can get a reserved spot. Like, it makes so much sense. And then there's premier seating if you have a vacation package at one of the Disney hotels. Oh God, the Lawson's Onigiri. Ben, I was so look. The Sheraton was wonderful, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. But all I was thinking about was a Lawson's katsu sandwich, like sando. Like I wanted so katsu is a fried pork cutlet, and a sando is like a little. It's almost like a little sandwich, like with the crust cut off, and like the egg salad. And I didn't get a chance to get back there and get it again, but like, and the Hilton has not one. There are two Lawsons inside the Hilton. Like that alone is a reason to stay. It like you don't necessarily need to stay at a Disney hotel to have an amazing experience. Again, 100 yards, if that, from door to monorail station. And I don't have my ticket here. And of course, here in Disneyland, Tokyo Disneyland, you need a ticket to ride the monorail. It's very inexpensive. It's like $1. Like you can buy a multi-day ticket. But the monorails are quiet. They're spotless. It looks like they were installed yesterday. They have these wonderfully themed, cushioned, padded, like comfy seats you would want to have in your living room on the monorail. It's just top 10 ways I can gush about Tokyo Disneyland. I've heard that Japan has become so touristed that many places outside Disney don't serve tourists anymore. What would recommend for this? So yes and no, Hannah. There are some places that there has been a huge influx of tourism, specifically places like Kyoto. There are some locations that will say that they don't have an English menu, they don't speak English. You are not prevented from going in, but I think you would have a much more difficult time. It's really meant for locals as opposed to tourists, but it is not so that you would have a tough time finding some place to eat. There are fewer and farther between than you might see. There are probably more people visiting, especially places like Kyoto and some of the more tourist heavy destinations, but I would not worry about that. Plus, there are a ton of apps that you can download. Google Translate is the simplest one. I forgot, Becky, that I actually downloaded another. There's another app that'll actually let you scan a barcode and will give you the English translation of what the food item is, what the merchandise item is in an easy to understand way, so you can understand exactly what it is that you're getting. But every restaurant you go to, including at Disney, there are like plastic-ish, like there are not just pictures of food, there are like samples, but not like real. They're like made of plastic or whatever sort of miraculous like material they're made of, so you can see what the dish would look like. You see how much you get. You see the size of the plate. You see what the food looks like. It makes it much more easy to go, I want that. Which is usually what Becky was doing. She'd go, Luke, order me that. That's the thing that I want. The popcorn bucket store, the fact that there is a popcorn bucket store makes so good. Just imagine if we had that in World. Those ridiculous 6-7 hour lines to get the popcorn bucket of the month or the festival would be obviated. Like the lines in the popcorn bucket store we waited maybe 5 minutes, if that, and they had every popcorn bucket in stock with not one, not two, but 3 different flavors of popcorn to choose from. I bought one as a gift for somebody, not realizing that they had bought it already themselves. Somebody who was in the park was trying to find something. I went in to exchange it. They're like, no problem. What bucket do you? It was such a simple, pleasant, like Becky's like, how are you going to do this? We're going to tell them. I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to start with the truth and see how that works. And they're like, yeah, no problem. Which one do you want? Like, so nice, so friendly, and not a 7-hour wait. You know what else we didn't see? We didn't see people walking out with 14 popcorn buckets to go and sell on eBay, which was also nice as well. So, let me see. The Sinbad ride is absolutely a must-see. I love it. And if you have not, I should post this. I know it's still on YouTube. I'll post a link in the clubhouse. Please do me a favor. I want you to look up Alan Menken, Compass of Your Heart, D23 Japan on YouTube. Alan Menken wrote Compass of Your Heart for the Voyage of Sinbad attraction in Tokyo DisneySea. He, for the one and only time, he sings it in English. It is my top 3 Disney songs in a park, period. Every time. If I felt like I could sing, I would sing it for you. I'll let Alan do it. It is beautiful. And so when you ride the attraction, it has a very sort of almost small world vibe to it. And that song, you don't even need to understand the words because it is so beautiful. The attraction is cute and it's fun and it's accessible, but man, that background music is just wild. So, Carlos, you do need to go to, like, there are so many individual reasons to go to Japan, and then collectively putting them together, it's incredible. Will you be going on one of the first to get? Yes, Sean. My hope is that we will be able to make that happen, because I can only imagine if this is how they do the parks, what are they going to do on Cruise Line? Like, how can they make Cruise Line, which I love, even better? We're going to find out. So, yeah, they'll lead you. You go to the vending machines, and it's not just water or soda. Actually, Becky, I don't even know that I saw soda in the vending machines, but there's probably 5 to 10 different drinks. Well, in the train stations, there's probably about 20 to 25 different items. In the ones throughout the parks, there's maybe 5 to 7, but there's like regular water, there's green tea, oolong tea. What was the other one? There's the apple tea, which is fantastic, by the way. Becky had like a lychee water. Like, there's such a wide, and you don't have to wait online to get a drink. You just go to the vending machines. And wait till I show you what the vending machines look like in Tomorrowland. And I'll try and get that video up tonight if I can. Love a lot of people like the pre-reserved viewing spots. What is the one thing you'd like to see at Disney World that you've experienced at Tokyo DisneySea? So I have. So my first response, my gut response was nothing, because I want to be able to go back, but I know that I can't go back as often as I would like. If there's one thing, if I say what's in my mind, it might come out wrong, and I don't want it to, because I love World and Land here. I do, and I love and I appreciate the cast members so much. But there is a different. It was a different experience. It takes people to make a dream a reality. It is very much evidently so there, and like, understand what I mean by this, like how much I appreciate the cast members everywhere, but I think that you mean something more concrete and tangible. God, I mean, what can I see myself riding over and over and over again, maybe? No, I don't want. I want Mysterious Island here, but I don't want Mysterious Island here. What do I want to see? I want to see a teleporter, Kevin, that will teleport me from my garage to Tokyo Disneyland and DisneySea. As long as we're just, dreaming. You're saying at the Hilton at the end of May, you're going to love it. You are going to love the Hilton. It's beautiful. It's close. Make sure you're a Hilton Honors Rewards member so you get your reward points as well. You do not need to use chopsticks for every meal. There are always utensils everywhere. So there are, not only are there utensils, but Becca, I pointed this out in Lookout Cookout. There are like little teeny tiny little things of like lemon juice, like if you want to put in your tea, and little things of like liquid cane sugar So if you want to put sugar in your tea and you know that sugar crystals don't dissolve well in cold drinks, they have liquid cane sugar in there. Everything's individually wrapped. But yeah, it's brains, flames from the side of my face. Chandu. I had to buy one when the Chandu, the plushies, the little plush and Chandu. Although I do miss the Chandu tails that used to be in. Let me see if I can get Baymax to sit here. I do mix the Chandu tails, which was a food item, a snack item that you could get, which unfortunately is no longer there. There's a buzz when I talk. Is anybody else getting a buzz when I talk? Or if so, let me know. You aren't. So, Gregory, this is something that's interesting because the first night we were there, I said, hey, let's just go and check out the other resorts. We're doing a little like monorail tour. Let's walk over. For the Disney resorts, if you are not staying there, you cannot visit there. I think they really want to ensure a non-crowded, pleasant experience for those guests who are paying to stay at a Disney resort. So unless you are eating at one of the restaurants or staying there, you cannot just walk through and tour. It's frustrating because I wanted to see, but I also understand the logic as well. Heather, I was working on this tonight. I'll have it ready tomorrow. A quick video tour of It's a Small World with the Marvel overlay because it features Groot. It is so well done because not only do you get, and first of all, it looks like they built the attraction yesterday because the paint is vibrant. It's super clean. Like, it's unbelievable. But you not only have Disney characters like you have in the Disneyland version, but you also have hidden in plain sight throughout the attraction Marvel characters as well. Really, really, I think I posted a picture of Thor and maybe one of the Groots that you can find. There's multiple Groots, but there are other Disney characters, other Marvel characters scattered throughout. So let me see. Is there any Nightmare Before Christmas merch? I didn't see any. I'm not a big Nightmare Before Christmas fan. There may have been, but I don't recall seeing it. Again, culturally, certain things they don't necessarily translate well. So I don't know if there's a lot there, but I did not see it. The mini mouse ears. So again, there's a lot of things that are built, to be hung on a keychain, and they have little clips or pins on the back. I think this is brilliant. They have mini, like this size, mini mouse ears that are themed in the exact same way as the large mouse ears. So instead of having this wall full of 50 different mouse ears that you can only wear one at a time, they sell miniature versions as like keychains or like hangers. I'm like, so smart. The merch is just so well thought out throughout the parks. It is really, it's brilliant. It is brilliant. And reasonably priced too. I found the merchandise to be reasonably priced as well. Baymax doesn't have his price on them. Let me see if we have it else here. Yeah, most of my other stuff is downstairs too. So, but the point is, if you've even considered visiting Tokyo Disneyland or DisneySea, you absolutely need to do. I'm seeing people are saying in and out voice now. That's interesting. Let's do that. Maybe that takes it off a little bit. And we also went to Star Wars Celebration, by the way. There was also that too, which was super fun. We had a great time. I'll also be sharing an interview, and I can say this now. It is an exclusive interview because I was the only one who did it, because I was the only one who was there for it. Disney and was kind enough to arrange an interview that I cannot wait to share, probably for this week's show. There's a good chance you may have heard from these people in the past, but it's going to be a fascinating look specifically about Star Wars in the Disney parks, which is exactly what we talked about on the panel, which was living your Star Wars story in the Disney parks and cruise line, and what those experiences look like now and what the future for that is going to look like. In our panel, we talked about the past, the present, and the future, including things like Star Cruiser, but the interview that I did is specifically about what is going on now, the things that were announced on Sunday at the Disney Parks panel, and what else might be coming in the future. Does each attraction have an attached store? No, Gregory, it's different here. You don't empty out into a store as you do in many other parks. There are stores close by, but it is not necessarily one that is attached. So, for example, the Baymax store in DisneySea is in a different park than one. I mean, there's a Baymax store near the attraction in Tokyo Disneyland as well, but they're not necessarily in the same place. So, Karen, it will, if it comes out, if it comes out next week, so it'll be the 28th, it'll be pretty close to May the 4th, so it'll be timely and appropriate. Somebody else says, you can't hear me. My voice is not synced with my mouth. That, I might be having a seizure. That could be it. So this could be it could be a Facebook, or it looks like it's a YouTube issue primarily. The Haunted Mansion in Tokyo Disneyland, we didn't get to ride it this time. It basically is a near mirror image of the one in Walt Disney World. So from an exterior perspective, and mostly on the inside as well. Tokyo Disneyland is sort of a best of the best of the best of Magic Kingdom attractions from around the world, with some additional attractions too. Plus, they completely gutted and are rebuilding their Space Mountain from scratch. If you look and see the concept art for their future version of Space Mountain, it is spectacular. A very, very different look at Space Mountain. Kevin Shea, recommended hotel experience if you stay at Tokyo Disney location. Theme, price is not. If price is not an option, it's Miracosta. Miracosta is in Tokyo. You need to walk through the bottom of Miracosta to get into Tokyo DisneySea. So you look out onto that park, which is magnificent and massive from Miracosta. It is. We stayed there a few years ago, Becky and I. It is spectacular. I think after that, I haven't stayed at the Tokyo Disneyland Hotel. That would probably be my next choice after that. Becky, let me know what you think. Becky says, yeah, Miracosta is the flagship with easy access to sea. Oh, Fantasy Springs. Yeah, we haven't seen that yet, so we don't know what it looks like. But again, you have exclusive access through that. And I think I said earlier, you can't go in or out. You can't go visit it, but you have you look out over Fantasy Springs, and there's a monorail station right there as well. So, let me see. Jennifer Subco, nice to see you, Jennifer. I didn't get a chance to message you on Instagram, but I'm sorry to hear about your mom. So, I am happy to be home. And with all due respect to the other inhabitants of my household and family, I did not want to come home because we are going back in 3 weeks for our group Adventures by Disney, which I can't believe is so close. I considered staying. I literally considered staying. I had done some research. I looked and found some Airbnb places in Kyoto, and I'm like, I can run my business from afar. And I was just thinking about the content I'd be able to create and share, and the experience I'd be able to share. Obviously I didn't do it, but as it was getting closer to checkout time, I thought long and hard about it. Manhaupt, your first WDW Radio Live. Thank you very much for being here. I sincerely appreciate it. Tell me this, where are you watching from? How long have you been listening? And what is your favorite? If you could snap your fingers and eat any food item, counter service, quick service, snack item, whatever it is, from a Disney park, what would it be? It would have been very easy. Becky, I know. And after the long plane rides and took me three plane rides to get back. I'm like, why didn't I just stay? What's wrong? Like, I landed in Seattle. I was like, you're an idiot. Just get back on the plane and go back. There's part of me, because I have a friend who's there now, who's living in Japan. He's doing if you know what kintsugi is, it's this art form of repairing broken pottery with gold, and he's doing an apprenticeship in Japan. And I just I wanted to just hug him. I'm like, you are living the dream life. Like, that is amazing. How was Fantasy Springs, Tangled, Peter Pan? I had, and Becky too, we hadn't watched anything ahead of time. I wanted to go in cold. So much so that I didn't realize it was a Peter Pan attraction. I'm happy to admit I was so unprepared intentionally that I did not know it was there. Because we don't get, and Becky and I talked about this a number of times. Having been fortunate to visit all the Disney parks and living as close as I do to World, and Becky not that far from Disneyland, the sense of and the experience of discovery is not one that happens very often. So when you're able to avail yourself of that opportunity, when you go in with fresh blind eyes, and even as we approach, first of all, we didn't even know how to get to Fantasy Springs. We're like, where in the park is it? Because we just sort of explored. When you walk to that gateway with this beautiful rock work and waterfalls and this incredibly wonderful kinetic element, and then you walk through this tunnel and it just opens up in front of you. Like, we stood there for a few minutes, literally just sort of looking around and taking it in. And then everything that we hit along the way, we're like, wait, there's a Peter Pan attraction here. We listened to the music. We listened to the sounds of nature. We saw all this rock work sort of coming to life and finding characters hidden in the rock work. And then the lagoon and the being able to be afforded that experience, having not had that in so many years. Fantasy Springs is the star of Fantasy Springs is Fantasy Springs. The attractions are incredible. We didn't get to do Tangled, but while the attractions and the food are incredible, the placemaking, the storytelling, the theming is so well done. Galaxy's Edge, I'm looking at you, that same level of detail and perspective, and these mountain ranges and volcanoes that erupt. It's breathtaking. It is breathtakingly beautiful. And even if you don't ride anything in there, just walking to Becky, how much time did we spend at the Sorcerer Mickey fountain? How much time did we spend turning around and seeing those waterfalls and the Maleficent dragon and the smoke and the effects, just like taking it all in? And as you transition to golden hour and at night, the park takes on different life. So the very long-winded answer is it is exceptionally good. It is exceptionally well done. So Catherine's watching from Irvine, California. Thank you very much for being here, Giovanni. I am very self-aware and hyper-aware and blessed and grateful every single day for what you, Giovanni, and you, who's watching and listening, affords me the opportunity to do. None of this happens without you. For nearly 18 of the 20 years plus years I've been doing this, it doesn't happen without Mouse Fan Travel. Like, that's not meant to be a plug, although you should book your trips wherever you're going with and through Mouse Fan Travel for free. But I am aware every day. And when we were there, you know, I spend some time like thinking at night and thinking in the morning and reflecting back on, and I am. And it's why I do things like momentum and coaching and things like that, because I want to help other people live whatever their dream might be. I did not mean for this to sort of transition into a thing, but my Momentum Weekend Workshop is built specifically for that. It is specifically to help you build and live and, yes, monetize your dream. I extended the super duper early bird special. We are more than half sold out. 50 people, one room, now 4 days, same low price. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. But that is the goal of what Momentum is. And I would love for you to be part of this experience that we have this October in Walt Disney World during Food and Wine Festival, not by accident. So again, if you have any questions, just visit LouMongello.com and you'll find a link to it there. So, are there hidden Mickeys? Yes. I am not a big hidden Mickey person, but I did notice that there are hidden Mickeys in a variety of locations. Becky, we didn't even talk about the nighttime spectacular, which we only saw from a distance. Again, next level. Yeah, we're going to talk more because I think we need to. I have thoughts. Madden says, I live in Maryland. I've been listening to WDW for at least a month. Thank you very much. How did you find the show? And food right now, a turkey leg. That is turkey leg, in my estimation, is pure protein. So I look at it as a health food. I don't want to actually see the nutritional value. It's turkey and it's protein. So it's the best quick service mobile order food. Doreen, we tried to get as much food as poor Becky. Every time it was like, ooh, food stand. Like I was stopping almost everywhere along the way because I don't get to go there a lot. The Lookout Cookout was really good. Best quick service mobile order food. We did a lot of carts too. And the Food and Wine Festival was going on. So there was a lot of like food from there as well. I don't know that I'm qualified at this point to say what the best food. I'll say this, Doreen, and Becky, you correct me. I know you were not a cardamom person. I did not have a bad food item when I was there. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, there was nothing that I didn't like. I mean, look at me. There's nothing that I didn't like. So, Kira, I am as well. I think that, and look, let me be very clear. My love and gushing over Tokyo Disneyland Disney, it takes nothing away from what is being done here domestically. Do not misinterpret what I'm saying. I think what it does, if you've experienced it, is set a bar and level of expectation that can and should be met in all parks going forward. And I think that's what happens. I think the parks continue to level up, not just to meet each other. Look, I've said this for all 20 years. The best things to happen to Walt Disney World was the building of Universal Studios. Why? Because it forces, and Walt said it himself, like the best thing, forgive me that I'm not remembering the exact quote. I've been up against competition all my life, and he always felt that competition was good because it forces him, it forced them, and continues to force everybody to level up their game. That's what's happening there, but I think it also happens internally for Disney too. Continuing to raise the bar, the level of expectation, the guest experience, and I think that is what is continuing to happen. So the opening of Fantasy Springs in Tokyo DisneySea gives me great hope for what is to come in World and Land, Monsters, Inc., Villains Land. I'm looking squarely at you because we know what can be done. Now, I can only imagine what is on the drawing board for what is to come in the future. So, speaking of living the dream, discovery and new food explorations, is the Egypt ABD a real possibility? Absolutely. I put in the clubhouse an interest list, very informal interest list for anybody who might be interested in doing a group WDW Radio Adventures by Disney to Egypt in 2027, specifically in February. If you are interested, find that, or if somebody can find it and link to it in the chat, just let me know there, and we will make sure that you get notified first. But it is an absolute, assuming that all things remaining equal, we are looking at February 2027. So I found this on YouTube, Music with the Magic Kingdom. Oh, awesome. And forgive me, for those who have subscribed to the new podcast with the audio tours, I know it's been a couple of weeks since I released one. Travel and pre-travel has made me get a little bit behind. Again, I do 99% of all this stuff by myself. I promise I will get a new audio tour podcast up this week. They are completely free, and they will, I think I've released Main Street and Adventureland, maybe Fantasyland. If not, that is what is coming next. So thank you very much, Madden. I sincerely appreciate it. So look, I could go on, as if I haven't already, for more than an hour, and on and on and on about Tokyo Disneyland and DisneySea. It is an absolutely incredible place. There is much, much more to come. Hopefully you've been following along on my Instagram stories. I should have saved them as a highlight. I didn't, but I've also been posting reels as well. Instagram.com/Lou Mongello. I will continue to share more. I have got some snippets of ride-throughs of some of the attractions. Sinbad, I'm looking at you. It's a Small World, I'm looking at you. I've released a few already and have a bunch more video that I need to go through. So I'm catching up as quickly as I can and trying to move forward with additional stuff to share out. So please stay tuned and let me know. And look, if you want to come with us on a future event, visit WDWRadio.com/events. It'll give you a list of just some of the things that we have planned coming up in the future. We've got a number of ABDs still going on this year. Becky, I think we still have, correct me if I'm wrong, we still have one spot available for our Adventures by Disney to Disneyland and Hollywood coming up in July. We also have our cruise on the Disney Destiny in February 2026. And we still have some spots available for our river cruise. If you've never done a river cruise, it's an incredible experience this September with a pre-cruise mini ABD to Paris and then a post-cruise a few days in Disneyland Paris. You can visit www.com/sen25. Visit our friends over at mousefantravel.com. They will give you a free, no obligation quote. Again, we've got a lot coming up this year, a lot that we're planning for the future. And wherever you are going, it does not have to necessarily be a Disney destination. They do it all. They will help you. And again, their services are completely free. I am sure that I am missing something else, but that doesn't really matter. The most important thing I want to say is thank you, thank you, thank you. None of this happens without you. I love and appreciate you. Thank you for the gift of allowing me to go to Tokyo, to go to Star Wars Celebration and represent you there hosting that panel. Thank you, Becky, for joining me on the panel, for being a partner and a friend and a travel buddy for all these years. I am very, very, very humbled and grateful by the opportunities and the life that you have given to me, and hopefully by what I'm able to share on the show and on social and the other things that I do. I'm hopefully able to give some of that back to you. And if I could ever help you in any way, just email me, lou@www.radio.com. Go to loumongello.com, find out some of the different ways that I can help you there. And that is it for now. So stay tuned. I'll have a lot more to share. I'll be out at an event tomorrow that'll be food related. So again, I'll be sharing a lot primarily on my stories. It's just the easiest way for me to share content, whether I go live or do sort of short videos. So Instagram.com/Lou Mongello. Turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love and appreciate you. This is for you, wherever you are watching from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you and I love you. If there's anything I can do, reach out. So until next time.